Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome back to the exact opposite seat review. Today, we're talking tall guys. This is for you. Alright guys, so I got a problem. I got the exact opposite problem as my wife. She's about 5'1", 5'2"-ish, somewhere in there. You saw from my last video, she has a hard time touching the ground. We're trying to find a seat that lowers her. Well, let's go to the other end of the spectrum. I'm 6'5". My problem is when I ride my 2017 Road Glide, I feel like I'm sitting on the gas tank. I really feel like I'm riding on the damn handlebars. So what I did is I got a hold of the seat that I really wanted, which is the Saddlemen step-up seat. And then I went ahead and got a hold of Drag Specialties, and I got their extended reach Predator 3 seat. So today we're going to take a look at how they look on the bike, how I fit them. I wanted to do this outside. I got off work today, came home, wanted to lay these seats out, put them on the bike, but it was pouring down rain. So I have to do this video from in the house. So I apologize to you, but I want to talk to you guys today about seats for your touring Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Now, this is for you tall guys. This is tall guy specific. This is not for you average size riders or you short people. I dealt with the seat issue with my wife. She's 5'1" on a good day. And this is going to be on the other end of the spectrum. This is for us tall guys. I'm 6'5". I have a 38-inch inseam and a size 17 shoe. Fitting any motorcycle is difficult. On my 2017 Road Glide, I have already put the extended brake lever from Kiriakin, the extended shift lever from Kiriakin, and I got a hold of Harley-Davidson and got the extended floorboards. So I pushed my foot arrangement as far forward as I can get it, and now it's time to move that seat back. This is your stock seat from Harley. Love it, hate it. Personally, I've only ridden maybe 50 miles on this thing. I have the Predator 3 extended reach seat here from Drag Specialties, and I have Saddlemen's step-up seat. So I'm going to go ahead and put these head-to-head, and actually that's a lie. I'm not even going to put them head-to-head because quite honestly, I can't fit on two of them. Now, I will say this. For the last 3 years, my Harley-Davidson Road Glide has had a Mustang wide tripper solo seat on it. When I first bought the motorcycle from the dealership, they gave me the Harley-Davidson Tallboy seat, and I hated that seat. Now, it did move me back, and it did set me down, but it was the most hideous looking seat I had ever seen in my life. So I got rid of that, opted for a solo seat. I put 3 years on that solo seat, put 5,000 miles on that seat. The problem with it was I just wanted a couple more inches of leg room, so I did what anybody would do. I started looking for seats. Now, I'm bringing to you two choices that I desperately wanted, and only one of them works. So, like I said, we're shooting this video in the basement. I have the seats here, but I was able a couple days ago to take photos of the seats on the motorcycle and along with myself on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put those photos in the video so you can at least see what I'm talking about. But let's get to the first seat. This is your stock Harley-Davidson seat. There's nothing special about this thing. If I'm not mistaken, Harley-Davidsons are built for a 5'9", 5'10" rider, 185 pounds, maybe 190 pounds, soaking wet. That's what these bikes are built for. I'm a lot bigger than that. I mean, let's face it, 185 pounds. I probably weighed that in the 7th grade, quite honestly. But, okay, so here's the deal. The construction on this isn't the greatest, and it isn't horrible. I think the foam density of this seat, it's not bad. The problem with it is, and one thing that I've been learning is when you squeeze it, the softer foam, that's not going to give you the support you want on those longer rides. When you're just running around town, this isn't that bad of a seat. It's made of plastic. It's got soft foam in it. And as you can see, the stitching is, the seat's just stapled in. it is what it is. This is a factory seat. For you shorter guys, this thing's probably perfect. But for a guy my size, this seat makes me feel like I'm actually sitting on top of the gas tank. What I absolutely wanted is the Saddlemen step-up seat. Okay, this is what I wanted. And the reason why I wanted this seat is because it's got the gel, Saddlemen's proprietary gel seat infused in the foam. If you look at this, hopefully the camera picks it up. When you squeeze this, it's pretty durable. It's pretty stiff. There's not a lot of give to it, which means on those long rides, this isn't going to completely relax and you're not going to be sitting on the pan of this seat. Plus, it's got the gel in it to absorb a lot of the road bumps, you know, cracks in the road, any vibrations that you would normally feel. This thing is carpeted front to back, and it's got high quality rivets actually holding the saddle hide on it. I think this thing's put together really well. It's actually really heavy. For a seat, it doesn't weigh as much as my wife's Lepera. My wife's Lepera had a steel pan put in the bottom of it, and this is a fiberglass. But the truth of the matter is, this thing's put together really well. It weighs a considerable amount. What I really didn't think I would like about it, but I did, was this support right here. My wife doesn't like the way it looks on the bike. I personally didn't really care for it either. But sitting in this seat with this lumbar support and the cushion of that gel pad in here, this seat felt amazing. One problem with it: it's too short. When this seat's on the bike, as you could tell from the photo that I just flashed up there, I'm so far forward that I feel like I'm on top of that gas tank. I actually think this seat pushed me further forward than the stock seat. So as much as I really wanted this seat to be the one, it's not going to work for me. The length from the nose to the lumbar support is too short for me. So I decided to do a little bit more research, looked up the drag specialty Predator 3 extended reach seat. Extended reach is really all I read out of that whole sentence. And there it is. This is the drag specialty Predator extended reach. The distance from the nose to the lumbar support is 2 inches longer than the stock seat. Now, here, I got the Saddlemen right here. I want to show you guys side-by-side comparison. You see the difference right here? I don't know if you can really see the difference. Let me turn it sideways. They are about tip to tip. That's a huge difference. So, I went ahead and picked this bad boy up, put it on the bike. Now, this is going to be a hard comparison for me to do for you guys, because that Saddlemen seat it pushed me so far forward that I never actually rode on it. I couldn't. I could not get comfortable enough on that motorcycle with that seat on it to confidently ride down the road. This seat right here, I put 160 miles on it over the weekend, which isn't a lot, but I decided to throw my daughter on the back of it, which, if you see this passenger pad right here, yeah, that's not really big. And she's 14, weighs about 95 pounds soaking wet. Dude, I've never, ever in the history of having a motorcycle feel her squirm around so much on the back of this bike. She was so uncomfortable. But I didn't buy this seat for the passenger. I bought this seat for the driver. So let me give you my honest opinion of it. Build quality. This is one of the lightest seats I have ever picked up. When it comes to foam density, this is a really dense foam. So it's going to have more support. Now, it does not have that gel in it, which might be something later on down the road that I may take it to an upholstery shop and have them put in. It's carpeted from front to back, just like the Saddlemen. This, I don't know what this is, the pan's made out of. I don't know if it's a hard plastic. I don't know if it's fiberglass, quite honestly. Other than just this little spot right here, you don't really see anything. What I like about this seat is, you see these little rubber bump stops here? kind of keeps it up off your paint. The carpet kind of helps save your paint. Now, I'm a realist, okay? I know that I'm gonna get dirt and dust underneath everything, and these little rubbers, as they're sitting on that paintwork, it's gonna mar it up. You're not gonna get away from that. But I do appreciate the time and effort that Drag Specialties had put into making this as soft and sleek as possible to help protect the paint of my bike. Now, 160 miles round trip. I live in northern Illinois, almost on the border of Wisconsin. We rode all the way down to Savannah, Illinois to Poopy's. Thank you guys for being open this weekend. It was an amazing time. But having that much seat time on a seat that I've never sat on before worried me a little bit, because these seats do need to be broke in. I can tell you this. I'm trying to find the right words here. Truth of the matter is, this seat's not broke in, so there was a little bit of numbness periodically through the ride, but it wasn't anything that I'm used to experience. That Mustang Day Tripper or Wide Tripper seat that I had on here, there wasn't a lot of tailbone support, and it was a little more forward than this, so I found myself sitting on the hump a lot. That used to kill my tailbone. So I could ride that seat for probably 30 or 40 minutes, and then I was dying to get off of it. I never got fatigued on this seat. Actually, this is the first seat that I found where I can scoot forward on it. Like, I was scooting up on the bike because there's that much room. I got to get it broke in. I got to put, I think you got to put about 1,000 miles on it to get it broke in properly. But only a couple times did I need to shift around in the seat because my butt was going numb. And it was only going numb because I had sat in the same position for so long. I just needed to move. It wasn't going numb because I was cramped or my tailbone was hurting or it just was so uncomfortable that it was beating the crap out of me. This seat was actually pretty comfortable. Now, to be honest with you guys, are you going to go out and log 500 to 1,000 miles in one day on this seat? No. Oh, God, no. This is a good-looking seat, and you know what they say about good-looking seats. They're only good for a day. You're not going to want a tour on this. But I don't generally put 500 to 1,000 miles on a day. I mean, I've had my bike since 2017, and I just broke 5,500 miles on it. So I'm averaging 1,500 miles a year. I mean, right around there. And I'm okay with being on this for a day. Take a day trip out to Savannah, take a day trip wherever. I'm fine with that. Now, the whole point behind this seat was to give me that leg room. And I can honestly tell you, moving back 2 inches, when I first looked at the specs on this seat, it said it moved you back 2 inches and dropped you down like 1.5 inches. I don't believe it dropped you down at all, honestly. I don't feel like it lifted me up. I feel like it's at the same ride height as the stock seat, and the only way to verify that is to measure, but I didn't really do that. I'm just going off the way it felt, fly by the seat, if you know what I mean. I didn't feel like I sat in the bike. I feel like I sat right where I was supposed to. But with the forward, the extended brake pedal and the extended shifter and the forward floorboards on it, I had a ton of leg room. Like, more leg room than I've ever had. It definitely gave me the leg room that I wanted, and it looks amazing on the bike. I opted for the red stitching in the diamond stitch here because I have a red motorcycle, and in my saddlebags, I have the red diamond stitching in there. I got saddlebag liners that have the red diamond stitching, and it looks amazing together. But all in all, I can honestly tell you, I was a little heartbroken over the Saddlemen seat. I have read so many reviews on that seat, how wonderful that seat was supposed to be, how comfortable it's supposed to be. There was no way I was physically going to be able to sit on that seat and ride anywhere. So I got to give a shout out to Drag Specialties. Thank you for thinking about us tall guys, man. I appreciate that. The seat could be a little more comfortable. We'll work on that one down the road. Like I said, the only thing I think this seat needs is a gel pad on the inside of it. And this would be a perfect seat, honestly. So I'm going to get this back on the bike, throw some more miles on it. This Big Show saying like, subscribe. and we'll see you next video.